Did your family participate in the Great Migration? Do you celebrate Juneteenth with red, white, and blue colors? Do you enjoy a good rendition of Lift Every Voice and Sing? If you answered yes to any of those, you'll want to check out this Foundational Black Patriot build. This build will reward you for landing your headshots and give you durability to take some damage or take aggro when needed. With this build, you will be doing 2 million headshot damage with a single shot and absolutely shredding enemies with full auto headshots. You can die using this build, so some skill is necessary. But without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, guys. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our Bighorn. So first thing you're going to notice is mine is not fully optimized, but I am working on that. But it still does pack a punch. One thing I do want to point out is I have an attribute of optimal range at 18.5. Now, at first, I really wasn't high on this attribute, but what it does, it allows me to do maximum damage from a safe distance, especially when I have my shield out. So really can't wait to get that all the way maxed out and see just how far back I can be doing maximum damage. So why I chose to use the Bighorn for this build is because of the big game hunter. So you can kind of read what it does on the screen, but essentially what it does is it allows us to stack headshots, and as we're stacking these headshots, we're continually doing more damage. Just shooting an enemy, you're gonna get baseline at about 200,000-300,000 damage. You can land rapid shots and get up to about 700,000-800,000 damage per bullet, all the way up to 1 million I've seen, and that's in the automatic fire. So when you get to the single shot, I've seen it go 2 to 3 million, all the way up to about 5. So it's gonna hit hard, and it's going to really play well into the gear sets that we have equipped. And remember, guys, this is without the modifiers. This is just straight baseline damage that we are doing this with. So next, let's talk about our hotshot gear. So first and foremost, on this gear set, as you can see, we have 3 pieces with our ninja backpack, but we're here for the weapon handling and the headshot damage. Since we're using the Bighorn, we do not care about the marksman rifle damage. So what that handling is going to help us do is control the Bighorn. The Bighorn has a lot of kick when it's in auto fire mode, so that 30% weapon handling is going to help us immensely with controlling it and keeping our reticule to get those headshots. As you can see, we have that 30% headshot damage. I mean, we don't really need to talk about that. That is just baseline insanity. So we're going to be stacking that up with our Bighorn stacks, and then we come down to our core attributes. So on our on our attributes, you always want to make sure you're rolling with the maximum weapon damage as well as the headshot damage attribute. Now, if you can add on some mods, always add a headshot damage mod. So what you have to understand about this build is we don't need to proc anything. All we need to do is hit headshots, and the Bighorn is going to do all the procking with all of this weapon damage and all of this headshot damage. So make sure that you either, when you get the roll, you get a weapon damage max or a headshot damage max. One of the other need to be max, and then you can just go to your library, tinker it, and add on the other attribute and have that maxed out. So just kind of keep that in mind. And we'll talk about where to get this gear from and how to get it all maxed out here in a little bit. So next, we are going down to our True Patriot gear. So we have, as you can see, we have 4 pieces of our True Patriot gear, so we're getting the full shebang. So first thing I want to point out is we're getting 30% ammo capacity as well as 30% magazine size. So that combined with our specialization is going to give our Bighorn a 54 round magazine, a little under 1100 ammo capacity, and it's going to give us reserves after killing enemies. So we are going to always have ammo. You're really never going to run out of ammo. You're going to be the guy on the team always putting out damage, never looking for that ammo box. And then when we come down here, we look at our gear set piece. Essentially what we're going to do is get we're going to get 3 debuffs for our red, white, and blue talents for our gear set. And what that's going to do is it's going to rotate those colors, red, white, and blue, and the enemies are going to deal 8% decreased damage. They are going to take 8% more damage from all of us, and then we're going to get 2% armor repair every time we shoot an enemy. So that's going to help with our survivability. So the good thing about this is everybody is going to benefit from these. So when your fellow agents shoot them, they're going to get that 8% debuff. They're also going to get that 8% damage reduction, and they're also going to get that 2% armor recovery when they shoot that enemy. So really I can't state how big this is when you're running difficult content, because everybody's going to benefit from your gear set. So when you are rolling this, what you want to make sure is you are getting close to max armor, or you have max armor. And as you can see, on that one I had max armor, on this one I'm almost at max armor, and on this one I have max armor. So all of our True Patriot gear has to come with that max armor. It's a non-negotiable. So after we get that max armor roll, again, of course you want to roll it with a headshot damage. So again, you want to make sure you're rolling armor maxed out, or tinkering with it, put it maxed out, or getting a headshot damage roll maxed out, or tinkering, make that maxed out. And if you can add some attributes on there, again, you already know we're going headshot damage. So all of that armor, that's going to get us really tanky, because as you can see, if you look over to the left, we have 1.4 million armor. That is going to be beneficial in any type of content, excursions, raids, it does not matter. You are going to benefit from it. So now, one thing I did want to talk about here really quick is the True Patriot headset. I'm sorry, the True Patriot armor plate. Chest plate. I can't get my words out. So the chest plate, I decided to go with the True Patriot chest plate because it's going to proc that talent waving the flag. It increases the red, white, and blue rotation speed by 1.5 seconds. Well, that's beneficial. We can actually proc this talent. It's going to rotate it faster, and that's what that's going to allow us to do, is to make sure that we proc that full flag. So essentially all those enemies that you kill are going to explode on death. It's better than the Hotshot chest, because the Hotshot chest requires you to use a marksman rifle, and obviously we're not using the marksman rifle, we're using the bighorn. So that's why I decided to go with the chest. Not really super OP, really could do without it, but at least I can proc it. So next, we're going to the Ninja Backpack. We don't need any introduction to this, guys. You already know, one of the best exotics in the game. Essentially what this allows you to do is fulfill a gear set requirement when you have this on. So as you can see, I have 2 pieces of Hotshot gear on right here. However, I have the 3-piece gear set bonus. So Ninja Backpack, no introduction needed. If you need one, you need to put your loot on backpacks, go to countdown, and start farming immediately, because it's just going to allow you to make more hybrid builds. So if you want to get this build, I've already told you what to roll on it. On the True Patriot gear, you're going to roll high armor and a headshot, and you're going to max both of those out. On the Hotshot gear, you're going to roll weapon damage and headshot damage, and make sure both of those get maxed out. In order to get this gear, what you want to do is come over to countdown, and you are going to target your loot. So obviously you're going to come down here, and you're going to target the True Patriot gear as well as the Hotshot gear, and make sure you get those rolled with what we were talking about earlier, and then we're going to be able to get that going. So get in countdown. If you don't know what you're doing, don't worry. Put a good build on, follow everybody around, shoot everything, and you'll be absolutely fine. So when we come over here to our specialization, and we're thinking about our specialization, I went with the gunner. Obviously, I've been kind of playing around with this, so I'm not really sure which one I want to do, but I right now I'm on the gunner. And I like it because we're going to get a lot of ammo with supply line. We're going to amp up the heat on barrage when we get a kill, and then right here we're going to get 10% weapon handling. So on top of that 30% weapon handling we get with the hotshot gear set, we're going to get 10% more with our gunner. Obviously, we get that 15% assault rifle damage. Love that. And then from here, this is what I was talking about, our specialization. We are getting ammo bars when we kill enemies. So again, you're never going to be needing ammo. Um, as you can see, we get more armor when we kill enemies. So again, more tanky, more survivability. And then we come up here to the coupler. I think I'm saying that right. Every third reload, it's going to get 50% faster. So what that means, we're getting more rounds down range. We're swapping out magazines quicker, and we're able to land more headshots. So very, very beneficial. So right now I'm kind of on the fence about what specialization I want to use, but right now I think this pairs very well with the build. So my final thoughts, man, I'm loving this build since I came back to the division after a lengthy hiatus. This is the first build that I put together. I'm loving the durability, the damage output, and the variety of ways that I can play. I do plan on optimizing my ninja backpack and my bighorn to make sure we're putting out maximum damage and getting everything we need. And after I do that, I'll be sure to update this video. So yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. So let me know in the comments what you think. What can I change? Should I use a different specialization? How can I get more headshot damage? Let me know in the comments. That's gonna be it for now. This is Anti-Meta Doom. I am signing off. And as always, guys, remember, rage against the meta. As always, we'll end the video with 8 Block Weezo piling up.
She just popped the bean, watch her perform. Penthouse 10 in to the morning. Left her last nigga say he was boring. She told me pull my 13 out and start recording. Them niggas frowning us, used to be clowning us. Now they hounding us, they see us piling up. They used to hate on us, now won't be round us. When we was down one round, now won't be down with us. Ain't no coming back, block list. You don't keep it like that. Hard burden standing in a trap. How you gon' leave me like that? Mask on, Halloween, she trickin'. Why you gon' treat me like that? Since I stayed down in the bank, I been sleeping like that. Bitch, stay if you want. Try to leave me, but she can't. All my hoes in line like soldiers, call me P.I.D. Money, talent, dirty laundry. It look like I hit the lotto. Bitch, say don't bring her home. She ain't bad as Lotto. She just popped the bean, watch her perform. Penthouse 10 in to the morning. Left her last nigga say he was boring. She told me pull my 13 out and start recording. Them niggas frowning us, used to be clowning us. Now they hounding us, they see us piling up. They used to hate on us, now won't be round us. When we was down one round.